Hello, everyone. Welcome. It is the Magma League finals tonight here on Ember Esports. My name is Bexon. We are joined on production by Raven. Thank you so much. And also my lovely color caster for today, Ozzy.
Hello. Nice to meet you all. Welcome in. Grand finals time. Best of 5 time. Here with Ember. We got TFF Evernight versus the Akuma Spikers, and we're just getting straight into the draft. Bands already coming through, and the Mbessa already being picked up. Flexible champion. And yeah, again, I talked about this last week. But I cast AML and Titan Immortal, which is M600, and this champ, very popular among them, seems to be pretty popular with this crowd as well. So I don't hate it. And the Ziggs, of course, still incredibly strong despite some of the MR buffs to 80 carries that happened on this patch. So provides a good wave clear, good burst damage, good poke.
And we did see it last week.
We did see it last week as well. So, regardless, I don't hate it. I think there are better picks, though, right now with your first two, especially because you see Mbessa already. I think giving away your bot lane this early is not the best choice, but they're going to lock in the rel nonetheless.
Yes. And like you said, we did see this exact combination in the bot lane last week and with Evernights' team, right? And we had some fantastic games last week. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely do see how Evernight managed to fight against, I wouldn't say all odds, but I definitely would think that they were definitely outfavored going into semifinals last week. But I really showed up. And that game was with the Vladimir. So maybe we could see that again because that was particularly enjoyable to watch. But Sivir is hovered here for the Akuma Spikers. And indeed, she is locked in here, starting the bot lane look here for the red team. Poppy. Oh, I do love a Poppy support. I love a Poppy
Could be Poppy
support.
Jungle. Could be Poppy Jungle too.
It could be.
Yeah. Poppy
But I really
top
love
as
a
well.
support.
They did actually nerf Poppy support, so
I know.
it is a little bit worse to play, but it is still okay. NASA is incredibly strong right now. If you've been keeping up, as you sent me a little graph, which I thought was really funny because it was day one of the patch, so it didn't really. But that remained to be true. He's been pretty solid in the average levels of skill overall. So this is exactly the home ground, and of course you're getting ganked by some animals over there.
Yeah, there's a tearing apart a paper bag on the floor is what appears to be happening here in on my. This looks like jungle. You know, maybe I'm in the bot lane and we're getting ganked here. But yeah, the Nasus graph is just a incredibly sharp incline immediately after the patch was released. Oh,
Yeah, there's like a 2% win rate jump off of one day, which is pretty absurd. But
yes,
if this is Poppy support, I don't hate it. It's good into the rel. But why player support when you can also get a support champion as well?
Ooh. This band does indicate to me, and I'm sure it indicates to you, that they think that that's not a Nasus top lane.
Could be Nasus mid, could be Nasus jungle. I think the cover band is smart, but this is also kind of telling me that this is an Abessa going top, which means this isn't flexible at all. But also, they did nerf Nasus jungle. Like, he did lose 10 stacks, or sorry, not 10, 2 stacks. It's a total of 10 now off of big monsters. So, but it evens out, right? Like, it's still pretty good. I think for Nasus in general, I'm looking at this as like being a top lane pick. I'm not reading this as a jungle pick, but Akuma Spikers have prepped, so I'm just saying, maybe they know something I don't.
I do have a thought, because we did see the Evernights be really successful with scaling mid lane picks. Could this be a Nasus mid? We're about to find out here in round 2 of picks.
Could be more stacks, Could be more stacks.
Stacks forever.
Yeah.
It's the name of the game in the mid lane. Stacks.
We'll see, but very odd choice from these teams to not prioritize mid laners. Mid laners early on in the draft are really popular right now, as will be the Cassante locked in here for the Evernights, which don't hate. but that's telling me it's Nasa's mid or Nasa's jungle. So they were knowers, apparently.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. I'm personally hoping for some fun mid lane shenanigans. We saw Evernights be successful on it last time, and Akuma Spikers coming in. They had a fantastic regular season, came in, won their semifinals round, and I think they're here to take away this finals. Skarner locked in for the jungle, and Hui is hovered here for the mid, which does mean I get to see Poppy support. Yay!
I still think there's better things, but oh well. Old man yelling at Cloud doesn't really matter.
It's game one. It's a best of 5. We got time.
It's, well, yeah, but the thing is like, now you've also picked away a really solid jungler in a best of 5.
True.
In which you could have picked a support champion and saved the jungle champ. Just saying. All right, it's Nasus mid. I'm pretty sure that is going to be Nasus mid. So
Yeah.
you were correct. The scaling shenanigans in the mid lane continue here for the Evernights.
Mm-hmm. So I do have faith in the scaling, right? Last week was phenomenal. We saw some really fantastic play. That being said, I know that you're not super enthused, right, about the Poppy support here for the Akuma Spikers, but I do like the way this team comp looks. This is very clean, very solid front to back fighting. We know exactly what they're going to be doing and when. I think Hui obviously gives some nice distance from things. And when you're playing into a Nasus, you can really deny that stacking and make it really hard for that Nasus to kind of get that 2% spike that we saw on the graph there that we are referencing that no one else has seen. But that being said, Ziggsrail bot lane. I don't know. This is going to be a fun one. What are you looking forward to in this match? Is there anything you're going to keep an eye on?
I actually don't know if Hui's going to stop Nasus from farming this game. Like, of any champ, I mean, you just don't have enough mana early on. Like, you're sure, like, Q-Poke's going to be annoying, but Nasus has Lifesteal on his passive, which... It's an oldie, but it's a goodie for a reason. You know, like, there's a reason this champion struggles to get buffed often, and it's because his, like, base, like, his kit in general is just really insane in modern League of Legends, despite how old the champ is. So... I don't know if Hui is the answer here. Now, granted, it is hard to say, like, oh, the Nasus was for sure going mid. Even though, you know, Evernights mid laner definitely loves scaling in mid lane.
Yes.
But we'll see if the Hui can manage with it. I'm looking forward to Sivir. I think Sivir can get a lot of work done here. If she can avoid getting withered, I mean, wither is the death of all AD carries, if we're being honest. The attack speed slow is absurd.
Yes.
And the move speed, which Sivir's only kite tool is move speed. So if you don't have any, it's kind of hard to get away.
True, but I think Poppy does come in clutch in that particular instinct. I think in moment, like Keeper's Verdict, obviously, if you can't get withered if the Nasus is half a screen away.
That's
just
half a screen. I feel like half the map is more correct with Poppy.
That is what I meant. Yes, you're correct. Yes, half the. Maybe I just have one of those really wide monitors. You don't know.
Oh yeah, those are kind of cheating, by the way. Like if you can see so much more with those monitors than you can on like a normal monitor. It's actually absurd.
To be clear, I do not have one of those. I have 2 regular people monitors, but you are correct. I did mean half a map away. So I do think that there is some safety for the Sivir. I think the fears from Hui will be really big. And also, obviously, Garner can just yoink you away. So it's going to be maybe a bit of a challenge here to see Nasus get on top of the ADC and make sure that Sivir can't do what she does. And that being said, I don't know. This is going to be a really close matchup, I feel like. Now, going into this match, like we said, Evernight last week, I know I keep saying it, but it was just so fun, especially game 1. I don't want to ruin it. Spoiler alert. There was a backdoor
that was an insane ending. That was an insane ending.
So good. So definitely check that out. But Evernight really came back, and they had lots to say, I think, in those following matchups. But Akuma Spikers are definitely no slouches. So coming into this finals, I think it really could be anyone's game. Best of fives in finals. There's a lot on the line and there's a lot of nerves as well. So who has the stronger mental? Who can come into this and make sure that they execute on their team compositions? I don't know. It's going to be a close one.
I don't know who I'm gonna give the edge to today. I mean,
Ooh,
Evernight have
you were
shown
wrong
that
last
they're
time.
good. Yeah, I was pretty wrong. Evernight have shown like they're able to go like super long. I mean, they play scaling mid laners, so
Yes.
I'd imagine they really enjoy those long games. But they also, I mean, they have decent macro as well. And with Anasis, maybe the backdoor potential is there once more if they ignore the issue for a little bit too long on the side of Akuma. Now, I did a cast Akuma yesterday, and Akuma did win. They moved on to finals. They're moving on to grand finals on AML. So we'll see if this team can win the finals here with Ember. So, well, we'll see. I think they have a better comp overall because, again, I think quadruple melee into Sivir is pretty hard later.
That's true.
And unfortunately, Nasus in competitive play, he's not like this infinitely stacking like champion that like everyone pretends he is. He's basically good around like the mid game, early start of the late game, and then when the enemy team just starts, chain CCing you, you just die. So
Yeah.
we'll see if the Sivir can get through this. We'll see how the Hui does in the mid lane, but other than that, I think the Evernights gonna just pull out some really stupid things here in game one and just win it. I don't know. I just got the vibe.
Well, I, for one, am excited to see what's going to happen. Make sure you don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon with game one of the Evernights versus Akuma Spikers here in game one of the Magma finals. So don't go anywhere.
Try to look to the heavens to tell us things that we beg to know. Like what did this all mean? There's no tomorrow. A broken dreamer is your mind. All the scars, let's leave them behind. We light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes. To the darkness, into the night. A broken dreamer is your mind. All the scars, let's leave them behind. We light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes. To the darkness, into the night.
I've already forgotten their...
Bikers.
Shame on me. Yeah, there you go.
Bikers.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Seekers. You know, so yeah, Akuma Strikers were in another league I casted, so I get... there's like 80 Akuma teams, alright? It's not my fault.
We do our best here.
You know, well...
Well, I do my best.
Yeah. Like, I do like 30% of my best most of the time.
Yeah, and sometimes that is 100% of the time, you know? The color coordination so far, I know this is not relevant to the game specifically, but the color coordination of the bot lane here for the Akuma Spikers is pretty nice. I, for one, enjoy color coordination of your teammates.
Well, casted Fluke on 80 carry, now I'm casting Fluke on mid lane today.
Won't be confusing at all.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it'll be fine. Like, it's the same person, just different
True.
roles.
Yeah.
But already you can see that the CS here for the Nasus is just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Shocker. Guess what?
Hey, I didn't say it would be bad the whole time, but could be an option to help make sure Fluke doesn't fall behind in the mid lane. Try and keep the stacks as many as possible away from Anthony, I think is the name of the game. But that being said, CS pretty even across the board right now.
I'd hope so. It's only 2 minutes in. But
Yeah, I mean,
you
we
never
had
know.
some bloody-
Some people can't farm, you know?
We had some pretty bloody pre-2-minute fights last week, so...
That is true. That is true.
You know?
But, you know, usually the game is chill. You know, usually we get a lot of downtime as caster at the start of the game. That's what should be happening, but these teams really like to prove that wrong. Oftentimes, they really like to fight over things they have no business fighting over. This time, though, won't be any early game fighting for some scuttle crabs, so that's, I guess, appreciated. It's going to be a 1-to-1 trade, and both junglers taking their resets at the exact same time.
Yeah, both teams seem to be showing up ready. There's always this kind of tension in a finals matchup where, you know, last week, like we said, very bloody, some very chaotic fights. And this week, a little bit calmer, right? Both teams, I think, taking it, not necessarily that they didn't take it, you know, Evernight took it not seriously last week, but a little bit more seriously here. Being a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical, if you will.
Well, I mean, when you are TFF and you have a scaling mid laner that plays scaling champs basically only, taking the game slow is great, and also for Akuma, they have Sivir, so a slower game definitely gonna help them out. Like I talked about in draft, I think the Sivir can do a lot of work here. So as
Devox stopping the back here for Adu, but Chief did not actually complete their back. Rel may be in a bit of trouble, but is able to get away thanks to that carpet bomb from Ziggs.
interesting to pick the Ghost this game here on the Sivir. A lot of rundown potential, but again, I talked about the Nasus Wither mitigating move speed. Ghost in that as well. But I guess if you can get peeled by your team, you know, again, putting faith into your team, sometimes the right thing to do. Fluke is already teleported back mid lane. Anthony has Ghost, but has taken a reset here. Has the Lucidity boots here to get some stacks going. In the bot lane, it's actually a BF sword picked up here for the Sivir, and also the Ziggs did just use the teleport there, so gets the lane a little bit earlier, has the Lost Chapter now. It's going to be some wave clear advantage here for the Ziggs, because Sivir's not going to be able to keep up in mana. But still, Sivir great at deleting. Should just be a small little trade here. I don't think it's going to go too crazy in the mid lane. Maybe they're going to play for this level 6 Scuttle Crab.
absolutely duking it out here in the top lane. I love seeing top laners just fight constantly. It is one of my favorite things of all time. The dragon is up, like you said. Scuttle Crab is as well. Looks like there may be a bit of a fight over the Scuttle Crab, but it doesn't really. Oh, fantastic impale there by the Skarner, putting 3 into the wall. The stun on Anthony, despite Fury of the Sands, goes down. Skarner picking up this early kill here. Devox on the run, but Sivir is not far behind. The stun did land, and it's not going to be enough to save them. Fluke picking up that kill onto the Rel. 2 kills and quickly a dragon. And the game, I think, has started, it feels like.
I mean, honestly, not a bad start here for Akuma. Again, I've talked about this so many times, but getting baited to go... Dwami Poppy is...
really in a jungle, flashes over the wall, flash followed by Fire Plans, and I think it's not really surprising. Abessa picking up the kill there. Dwami Poppy a little bit out of their comfort zone in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, you know, wrong side of the map. Happens to us sometimes, I guess, but a little bit of a greedy invade there from Dwami Poppy. But as I was saying, I've talked about this a lot. Level 6 Scuttle Crab is impactful, right? But it's not as impactful as 3 kills. Or I guess 2 kills in that fight overall. So, like, giving over the level 6 Scuttle Crab, especially since you're playing Udyr, like, you don't really need level 6. You could just go gank people free, like, without level 6. Yes, you don't want the Scar to get level 6, but still. Going for a fight like that when you're not in a really good position for it, just not ideal. But I like the showing here of Chief in the lane. Making sure that Fluke, despite getting withered, doesn't get gone on. Saves the HP there, or the flash. As Chief looking over the wall.
Nice vision. Yeah, Chief goes over the wall, manages to find Devox, and the damage from Fluke is not insignificant. The Shattering Strike did briefly cause a slowdown for Chief, but Fury of the Slants has come out. Spiraling Despair was not going to be enough. Mega Inferno Bomb comes in as well, but Fluke gets out with a very slim margin of HP. Anthony having to flash away because the Skarner is here as well. Surprisingly, no kills in that entire engage.
Yep, no kills. Flashes burned off the mid laners, though, and that was also Ghost burned off of Anthony. The usage of the Spiraling Despair actually keeping Fluke alive because it also slows a pretty good amount. You can see why Ziggs is really strong. Even into a Sivir, having good wave clear, it's so easy to get chunked out, and Life gonna look here.
The Chief is here as well. They do manage to find Life. Oh, but Life manages to get the bomb off in the nick of time. There was no spell shield that could save Sivir. And unfortunately, I do believe her ultimate was used as well. Chief here, out on the run from Devox. Will Akuma be able to save them? Has to flash out, but now Skarner is here. It's 2v2 in the bot side. Flash forward to try and get Life, but is bounced out. The Skarner has to flee. Whew.
I really don't know why Sivir was like... just ran in a straight line and died, but fair enough, I guess. Life now picking up a kill there. Pretty good for TFF. Still not in a great spot, if I'm being honest, but it's not bad. You know, you're never gonna hate a kill. You're also getting Void Grubs right now, which those are picked up. All 3 have just now been taken there by the Udyr. And again, split pushing could be a real name, or like real strong suit here for TFF. I mean, we talked about the backdoor that happened in game number 1 last week that, you know, really allowed TFF to get the momentum in the series even as
Throw
Life.
charge indeed. Stun from Chief into Life. The Ziggs is in a world of hurt even under their own tower. A return kill for the Sivir here in the bot side. Well played. Nice little from the Tribush angle, Poppy. I just love Poppy support. It's just so fun. I mean, not to play against, to be honest, but even nerfed.
I mean, you know, I'm sure that Poppy support is fun, and you have no bias towards this whatsoever.
None. Not even a little bit of bias. Never been biased in my life, actually. Anthony
really
here has to be
bad
careful.
liar.
Itaconic is here. and with the infill into the wall, Anthony, Fury of the Sands, trying to keep themselves alive. Spiraling Despair was able to keep Fluke, give enough space to allow the Skarner to get in here. Dwami Poppy is here as well. But it does look like TFF is going to have to leave. There's 3 members here of AKM in the mid lane. Nice pressure from the red team. Ooh, nice stop on that back. Murado not able to complete their back under their tower. Fireflan's really putting on pressure as well here on the top side. Both lanes really, I feel like, are going in the way of AKM. Gold advantage and kill advantage here. About 11 minutes into this game.
That trading so nice. Like, isn't that really cool? Oh man, this, like, look, what do you do?
Oh.
You're just getting chain base canceled.
Also, Imbessa has one of those attacks where it is longer than I feel like it should be shorter than it actually is. Anthony here does manage to wither a do. And On the Hunt comes out. They are going to try and chase down this Nasus. Meanwhile, on the top side, Murato gets caught in the public's execution. But all out as well. It's going to be a bit of a nothing burger there on the top side. But Dwami Poppy has to flee once again. D-Box is deep here in the enemy territory. Adu has to flash out on a sliver of HP. The Rel goes down here to Fluke. The Wither comes down as well, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Fluke chasing Anthony here. Has to dodge some of these skill shots. And Skarner is on the hunt. Life has moved here to the mid lane to provide some support with some extra damage. Spiraling Despair once again comes out, as does Fury of the Sand. Meanwhile, Ziggs has been stolen. Is not able to save their mid laner. Takes the mid laner as well, and then Ziggs falls. So a little bit of a chaotic fight there in the mid lane. Ziggs taking down Fluke, but ultimately falling to the Skarner. Chief finds, oh, that was a fantastic, into the wall. Fantastic, fits the wall. Dwami Poppy caught by the Poppy. And the support picks up the kill.
Hey, yeah. I mean, props to Chief. I mean, Chief has been playing this game so incredibly. Over 50% kill participation, tied with the jungler here. And then, of course, picking up that solo kill mid is really funny. Also, Fluke did so much damage on the way there. Usually you don't see that amount of damage coming out from him that early, but again, the quadruple melee here, or I guess in that play, the triple melee, definitely aiding the damage output that's able to come through from Ahoy. And the usage of the Spiraling Despair, again, to kind of keep himself alive, has been really smart here from Fluke. Fortunately, I'd like to see a bit more kills go onto the Sivir, but very little you can do. The Sivir is getting chunked out by the Zig 24/7. And then ultimately was able to survive there. This Fluke who went down as Anthony gets stunned.
There is 3 here in the mid lane. Actually, it's 4. Adu having to leave. I don't think the Spell Shield's going to be able to save them from all of this damage, though. The Magma Storm comes in, and there's the Skarner trying to save, but the Impale misses. Fantastic flash there to try and get them to safety. Devox barely missing that. But really nice kill there onto the Sivir. 4v1. Does not go the way of the ADC.
What? You're telling me Sivir at 14 minutes with 1 item completed isn't winning that?
I know, it's shocking, truly, but, you know, I'm here to educate you. Life, meanwhile, maybe in a little bit of trouble. An education of their own about staying a little bit too long. Skarner is here, and so is Chief. They're trying to find the Ziggs. The flash out, but the Skarner flashes right behind them, picking up another kill. Meanwhile, Chief finds Dwami Poppy, puts them into the wall for a nice stun. Picking up the buckler on the back end. Devox, I don't think they're going to be able to save this tower. The damage from Sivir is not to be ignored, despite their most recent death. Dwami Poppy and Devox lost the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. A very nice gank there by Skarner.
I mean, okay. Solo kill in bot lane as well. But,
True.
I mean, honestly... Oh, okay. Alright, a little bit of a stun there from Devox as there's the Mega Inferno Bomb to clear mid wave so they don't get any more, but look at how quickly this game is, like, falling apart for TFF. Like, Akuma... 15 minutes in, they've picked up this mid lane tier 1 already. Top lane tier 1's falling. And look, bot lane, Fluke is by himself just hitting on this tower.
These teamfights have really been very scrappy. And I really want to see a true 5v5 because we really haven't seen one yet because top lane has been really relegated right to the top side of this map. We haven't seen those true team fights yet, but every time we're seeing, it takes such a huge number advantage so far for TFF to be able to get some kills here onto AKM. I mean, look at this gold graph. Like you said, swiftly feels like falling out of control for TFF.
Yep, and all 3 tier 1 towers gone at 16 minutes. So really not ideal. You can actually see, despite not getting kills, Sivir has the most gold in the game. But Fluke being able to pick up so many, like picking up that solo tower bot lane, picking up the kills here, 4, 1, and 2 now on the way, working towards the Leandries now, as Chief is in a bad spot, but gonna be able to at least run away for now out of the jungle. Just getting some B vision, but that will get cleared out, or at least spotted. Yeah, will get fully cleared out as Bobby Poppy.
They're trying to fight Chief here. Not really sure how that would really go for them. Honestly, I think it was a smart decision to back out, especially with Fluke there. But Ozzy, I know that we said that we were looking for, you know, obviously Nasa's stacks, right? Is there a moment where we're really hoping that Anthony hits a stack amount to turn the tables here on Fluke, or is it maybe a little bit too late here in this game?
I mean, if you get enough stacks, you can one-shot everyone.
True. Good point. Good point.
You'd also have to not get CC'd a single time.
Difficult.
And you have to live. But yeah, if you get enough stacks to one-shot, you know, the Skarner who has a lot of HP and the Poppy who can knock you to Narnia, sure, maybe they can come back into this game. But as things stand, I mean, it is 482 stacks. Chief taking some chunks over the wall, but not as bad. This is going to be a lot of damage on a Dwambi Poppy.
Yeah, that was a nice roof from Dwambi Poppy. We have a TP here in Mbessa coming into this team fight. Anthony caught in the mid lane, not really able to get in deeper, had to pop the ultimate as well. So unfortunately, with Dwambi Poppy backing, I don't think they're going to be able to fight over this Drake.
Nope, they won't even chance it because Dwambi had to go back. And the teleport here from Fireflands guarantees that this Drake is theirs, as Chief is...
He has no fear. Absolutely no fear. Fantastic stun into the wall. Oh, Itaconic just flying in his Skarner is wont to do, but Chief has no worries at all. Just absolute... I don't even know how to describe the aura of this Poppy.
More aura than Itachi, maybe, as... You don't know, well, I'm sure you know who that is, but you don't actually know who that is. But you'll know.
I am aware of Itachi, yeah. Meanwhile, Anthony here, caught on the top side. Spiraling Despair comes in, and Itaconic is here to make sure that it lasts. Fluke picking up another kill. Chief might finally have gone a little bit too far. In fact, I lied. Keeper's Verdict keeps them safe, able to get away. Mega Inferno Bomb taking about half health of Adu, but doing absolutely nothing to this Poppy. Muratu trying to find a kill here on the backside, but it's not going to be enough. Devox goes in too deep.
The W.
Picking up another kill, but in the backside, Dwambi Poppy is alive. Muratu having to flash out. The Skarner just does way too much. Dwambi Poppy has to flee as well. The Ziggs can only do so much. Fluke picking up another kill here onto the Cassante, and life not far behind. This way cannot be stopped at this point. 8-1, 20 minutes in the game. Baron has just spawned.
Hey, and you know what? That was a 4v5. So, we'll see if Fireflands can get out of this one. I don't...
Yep, nice flash.
Good flash, but... Alright. They're just gonna drop that as... I mean, they can't even win a 4v5. I don't know. I don't know. Akuma, I mean, Chief is playing absurd. You know, I was doubtful of the Poppy. I'm still doubtful of the Poppy, just so we're aware on the draft level. but Chief is really showing up on the Poppy nonetheless.
I love to see
Here.
it.
I mean, again, they're playing so well, like, perfectly, like, holding steadfast presence, not utilizing it, you know, randomly or, you know, mistiming it or anything. Ended up saving the Sivir there for a couple more seconds to do a little bit more damage in that play, which I don't think mattered, but oh man.
Oh, fantastic stuff from Chief. The turnaround, it feels like fate. Dwami Poppy, once again, having to leave, but gets publicly executed. The Abessa is on the hunt. Speaking of, it's now 4v3 here on the top side, and K'Sante just absolutely cannot leave. Between the Spiraling Despair and the Scorpion that doesn't stop, there's nothing they can do. Wei is here. The Impale finds Devox. Fireflans picking up a kill, and it just feels like AKM can do no wrong. Chief is truly in charge of this game. Oh, this Poppy.
Could you...
Itachi, you said?
Itachi, you know, Itachi is levels 4 right now. There are some Orifar moments for sure in Shippuden when you get there. But Akuma, they're gonna pick up Baron, and their gold league now 10,500 gold here. I mean, TFF, this comp just isn't working. The Udyr, I feel like, is functionally useless, unfortunately. Anthony on, like, the Nasus. I mean, we're looking at 700 stacks here on the Nasus here in a second. And it just seems to not do anything, as Iconic is going to smartly dash away to safety there.
Honestly, I think they could win this 2v3. Like, I genuinely do. That's how far out we are.
Yeah, they're scared because they didn't see, like, they don't see Poppy, so they think it's a, like, 3v4, and again, they already lost a 4v5, so.
Yeah.
Looking on to the Sivir mid, and there's the ult.
Yep. Life doing quite a bit of damage to Sivir, but the On the Hunt comes in, and I don't think it's going to be enough to get away. They're too fast. The Impale hits two under their own tower. The Magma Storm isn't going to be enough to save them. Double kill for the Sivir. A third, not far behind. I mean, at this point, Maratsu is doing their best on the top side, but I don't think the top laner is going to be able to save it. Public Execution does miss. And I think they're finally going to pick up a kill here, but Fireflans is somehow getting away with it. Anthony is on the chase.
Handball. Oh, he lived.
Oh, they live.
One
They're
more bonk.
still alive.
One more bonk.
Anthony. Anthony has been baited. Anthony has been baited. There is an Iconic and Chief as well. The Wither's not going to be enough, and Fury of the Sands has run out, and now the Nasus is trying to get away, but the stuns are too much. And honestly, props to Fireflans.
That is insane.
Oh.
Yeah, anyways, so you were asking me about stacks.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's enough stacks
think there's
you
enough-
could get
yeah.
this game.
Yeah. I just...
Megan Inferno Bomb to leash the Drake there. I guess, yeah. I mean, TFF, I've seen some crazy comebacks in my time of casting League of Legends. This one is not going to be one of them. I'm that confident. There's Soul picked up here for Akuma. And Fireflans, I mean, walking, just
More afraid
very
of the
little
Poppy,
vision,
just
just walking through the jungle.
She hits a stun here on the Devox. I'm very afraid of this Poppy. They're throwing everything and the kitchen sink here at Chief. I'm not sure if it's going to matter. They do flash out. They do get the flash off Poppy. But at what cost is the question. But at this point, you kind of just do whatever you want. You know, what Public Execution does here land on the back end. They do get stunned here by the Rel, but it doesn't matter. Sivir has actually hit critical mass now. Luke picking up another kill as well. And Anthony just cannot get away. The CC is too strong. Dwami Poppy is swiftly killed as well. Follow-up by the Sivir. I mean, the Sivir, Yadu, and Fluke combo is just too much. I don't know if there's anything TFF can do. Ziggs here is by their lonesome. And that's a dead Ziggs.
And Chief lives.
I think they're Orifalming. I think that is the definition of game one here. That I think very decisively has gone the way of Akuma Spikers here. The finals. And Aussie. What an incredible game one.
Only a 17k gold lead? Come on. Come on, alright. Could have been more. I'm just kidding. Akuma playing a great game one here. I mean, TFF, I don't know if they were just trying the Nasus or something, but the issue, usually I'll defend some like experimental stuff until it's finals.
Ah,
Because finals is like all the marbles, right? Like there's no reason to experiment. The Nasus mid did very little. Dwami Poppy on the Udyr did even less. I mean, the Udyr is comparable to the Rel in this game in terms of damage. So definitely not a great start here for TFF. But for Akuma, I mean, I'd be pretty
Wow.
happy. Like, what a great game one. 3 people being deathless here. Fluke only having 1 death, and then the Sivir was kind of bullied out early on in this game.
It
But
didn't matter.
again,
Yeah.
didn't matter. It literally did not matter.
Not matter. Yeah.
And I mean, Akuma take this one in 25. It was all them that whole game. It started off of a really rough, like, choice to try and fight a scuttle crab that they didn't have positioning on. I mean, Chief played it really well. Played really well this whole game, even on the Poppy. The steadfast presences were fantastic. Then, honestly, the game was never at a point where Poppy actually needed the keeper's verdict anyone out ever.
No, there's one time. There was one time.
That was one time to save
One time.
himself in a
True.
really bad spot.
True.
Okay, in a team fight, it literally was not necessary to make a numbers. They just won. Even down 4v5, they won. So, shout out to Akuma here in game number 1, starting things off incredibly spicy, I'll say.
Yeah, I maybe will make a believer of Poppy support yet. Chief, thank you for showing me exactly why I love that support. But a fantastic game one here. Don't go anywhere. We will be back soon for draft of game 2, and hopefully we can see I'm really hoping we're going to see some really fantastic play out of Evernight.
Yeah, honestly, I really hope they just, I don't know. I really hope they just don't pick Nasus mid. Thankfully, it's fearless, so they can't anymore.
True.
I don't really know what the 2v2 of like Udyr Nasus was supposed to accomplish. Just a lot of question marks from that last draft, but we're in a new draft now. We got Anivia and Galio here picked up. Of course, could be Anivia top, could be Anivia mid, could be Anivia support. Galio can do the same exact things. So we'll see where those are going in the future here. My prediction, though, is that this is going to be Galio bot lane support.
Yes.
So that is my prediction. Whether or not it's true, who really cares? The Renekton is going to be banned away here, though. So we'll see what the options are now for TFF Evernight is 4 top lane bans. They are in 5 even, because this can flex top. They are incredibly scared of fire plans, it seems, this game.
There are many thoughts that I have. I think we talked about this last time, where I struggled with the Galio pick for, I think, understandable reasons, where sometimes, as we discussed last week, I really need to see the utility of actually making sure that the Galio is where they need to be. And I think that in this case, especially with how we saw the Rel last game, unless they indeed have switched places, because I'm not exactly sure, we're finding out from production which side they're on, that if it is Chief on the Galio, I'm less concerned. Unfortunately for Devox, they really struggled to utilize the Rel in a way that I think they could be able to do that same thing for the Galio. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Meanwhile, Fiddlesticks is here picked up for Evernight in this round 2 picks, which is definitely not what I expected. That's a new one.
So, a lot of team fight potential with Fiddlesticks, but the thing about Fiddlesticks is you need really good vision control. When you're out of vision, right, your champ is infinitely better than when you're on vision, as it turns out.
True.
And the Olaf, though, I mean, Olaf has been showing up a lot in tier 1 because we're in such a CC heavy meta right now, and because teams are just not drafting in a way of dealing with the Olaf efficiently. Now, granted, this game, I feel like TFF Evernight don't really have the worst way of dealing with it. Because if Olaf doesn't have flash, you can Anivia wall him off, right? The Ezreal needs no introduction. I have no clue what's happening at this point. Could be Tristana top. Here. Could be Tristana mid. The Galio is for sure going support. Fiddlesticks is for sure going jungle.
Everyone else
It's
is a
just whether or
mystery.
not Anivia is going top or Tristana is going top. Either one work. I think the Anivia is a bit risky to play top lane into the Olaf. I like the Tristana a little bit more because of your rocket jump.
Yeah.
Being more consistent rather than just the wall. And in top lane, the wall, unfortunately, is just a little bit too small to cover all, like actually cut off the Olaf from getting on top of you post 6. But it is going to be a really hard lane pre 6.
This is... I'm confused because part of the draft here for TFF makes me feel like they want to play one way, and then the other half of the draft is like, no, actually we're doing something completely different. So it does look like indeed it is an Anivia top lane, Tristana mid, with the Ezreal Galio bot lane. And I'm a little concerned that there's not enough front line here for the side of TFF, because we saw the way that Akuma likes to fight. They were scrapping in 3v4 fights, and absolutely dominating, especially with being able to fight in like these kind of front to back compositions. And here, yeah, there are escape mechanics, right? Like you said, the rocket jump, and then also you have an Anivia stun, and you also have Ezreal Arcane Shift. But if you have a Wukong with a Cyclone and you're getting volleyed by Ashe, or you're getting tethered by Karma, or just straight up run down by Olaf, I am concerned for TFF to be able to come away from any team fight with a win.
I'm very with you. Um, and also again for TFF Evernight, their comp again is another comp that doesn't really function in the mindset of being a team comp, and more so, we'll figure it out. You just gotta play to your individual champion strengths rather than
Mhm.
playing solid. I mean, the Fiddlesticks plus Galio could be something, right? Tristana, Ezreal, they can utilize the CC a lot. There is a lot of damage here from TFF Evernight, which could overpower Akuma Spikers. But getting on top of Xerath, I feel like, is going to be a struggle this game. Xerath has insane range, and you don't really have a great way of getting on top of that Xerath. We saw how much Fluke was able to do last game on the Hui, and if that's true, to, on thinking, and nope. So we'll just see what happens in the game. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They have enough damage on the side of TFF that they could just blow Akuma out of the water in multiple team fights, but usually, especially at this level, the more consistent your team fighting ability is, the easier it is for you to win. And Akuma will probably have a much easier time doing that. And the difficulty of, you know, the Seraph range might be a bit too difficult for them to deal with. But again, this is the off Timar on Tristana. In mid lane, so maybe we can get Fluke behind here. Starting off, speaking of.
I once again have to check in. Both teams now have fantastic color coordination in the bot side. I love it. 10 out of 10. No notes. This is what I like to see. That's how you know people are showing up, you know, ready to play. Nice taunt here from Devox. But there's still so much damage here from this Ashe. Adu really putting in some fantastic work here in the spot lane. The pressure already starting to look a little bit rough here, kind of as expected for Life and Devox on this blue side. But Hawkshot will go out. Not sure it's going to see Fiddlesticks here on their blue. On their red. Apologies.
That's okay. All G. Colors for
color
hard
coordination.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Color,
I was just really distracted.
Can be difficult sometimes, but yeah.
Ooh, early invade. Fireflans here. Does find Dwummy Poppy. Morado has roamed up and as has Anthony. The silence comes in. Will they be able to get the kill? The nice stun here as well. Fireflans flashes out, but Anthony is right behind them. Early kill here. 2.5 minutes. Anthony already in a little bit better shape than we saw in game 1.
Bit greedy there from Fireflans. I mean, you don't have mid prio, so they can very easily roam there. I think maybe if that Q hit, you could try to trade 1-for-1 with Dwummy Poppy, but good response from TFF. It's a nice kill early, but setting behind the Fiddlesticks early does hurt. Again, you want to be like a level 6 kind of style jungler. Same with the Wukong. And this sets up Wukong, I mean, to, in theory, get double scuttle here. If the Wukong is fast enough to react. And it seems like that is going to happen, but because of how fast the Fiddlesticks can cycle, well, never mind. It's going to be an invade, actually, on a Dwummy Poppy. And we'll see.
Chief here. Hawkshot does spot out Devox. The channel does miss here onto the Karma. This Karma has put in a lot of effort. Chief really showing up here in game 2 as well. In a different kind of playstyle, which is nice to see. But the pressure, like I said, is on here, the bot side. Life taking about half health here already. And really low on mana. Try and push against these constant wave pressure from Akuma.
In top lane, I mean, Fireflans has been able to get wave priority, of course, so maybe it's wave clear. Oh, never mind.
Double taunt here for Devox. The Ghost has been used on Ashe. Chief trying to run away, but doesn't really have the ability to get the shield with a little bit of speed, but I think they're going to be able to get away. Okay, Devox having to kind of jump out. Iconic here
this.
is where and is here. Nice fleet by Dwummy Poppy, keeping them safe. No one dies. It was a nice attempt, though. A nice turnaround there. Iconic showing up just in the nick of time.
Double summoner spells, though, traded here between the Galio and the Ashe. And then heal burned as well, just for the extra bit of move speed there from Chief. I don't hate it. I genuinely do not hate that kind of play. I think, you know, trading summoner spells with the AD carry as a support, well, that's part of your job description. So I'm sure the Devox is going to be happy about that one. And already, Fluke put in a pretty uncomfortable position by the Tristana, forced to kind of back away there. Does have the exhaust funnily enough, so if the Tristana actually does get in range, or Dwami Poppy gets an ult, you can exhaust him, and he's going to do less damage with the Growth Storm. I actually don't hate it this game, but that does let Anthony get TP advantage, and I'm not gonna lie, we have Ghost on Anivia, which I think is really funny, but I don't know how necessary Ghost is this game. I guess if you're not gonna play Starbreaker Surge, which has been teched into occasionally in top lane for certain matchups, you can utilize the Ghost for the move speed, so, oh well. Anthony, another jump in here, and the stun does miss from Fluke, so once more, Tristana taking over the mid lane here, and hey, again, far better look from TFF than last game, so I'll give him props.
That's true. The taunt does land from Devox. It is a very interesting support kind of battle here between Chief and Devox that is really entertaining to watch, between the taunts and, you know, the attempts of the roots here from Chief. Really fascinating to watch play out, but obviously that Ashe has a bit of a range advantage in real life here, so Ezreal having to play a little bit more carefully here in the spot side. Chief not really missing a lot of these mantra Qs either. Lots of damage. And Anthony here dying in the mid lane. Nice gank here from Itaconic, and right of the Arcane. Nice ultimate ability here from Fluke. Getting a kill back here on Anthony in this mid lane. Nice ball from Murato, but both ghost use here in the top side. I don't know if Anivia is going to be able to get away. Does get under tower, though. And the tower shots will be able to chase away the Olaf.
Okay. And the Ghost for Ghost trade there means the Anivia stays alive. Dwami Poppy looking for an invade here. Should just be... yeah, they have the priority, but maybe there's going to be a fight for this. Never mind.
Maybe not.
Alright. Alright, you know. You can never be too sure. You can never be too sure. You know, I talked to you off of camera here, as we're going to get another invade. Dwami Poppy is 6. Could utilize the Growth Storm over the wall, but they are too scared to pull the trigger, and we'll take the resets. But yeah, I was talking to you, you know, when we weren't on cameras, about sometimes people just, they just fight for the fun of it in the CeeLo, you know? The games we get to cast. They make interesting choices sometimes, and emphasis on the int part of the interesting choices.
Interesting. Quoting it. That's an old LEC rap. You should, you know.
So definitely, sometimes I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna fight here, and then they just fight, and then they lose the game because of it.
Surprise.
And then, you know, they didn't fight. So, good reserve, actually, from TFF, not overforcing their hands. Dwami Poppy playing Fiddlesticks is going to do... actually, Enchanted Crystal Arrow mid does hit.
Oh, big stun onto the Tristana. They may be in a bit of trouble. Dwami Poppy is here, but they're currently fighting in the jungler. They're in the jungle with the jungler. Anthony having to leave, does manage to get out. Nice rotate from Devox, keeping Anthony alive. The root will land from Chief, and Dwami Poppy now has to try and get out. Will they be able to get so? Right of the Arcane does connect. Lots of damage here from Fluke. Nice pickup of a kill there onto Dwami Poppy. Now Devox is in trouble. The root lands here from Chief. The TP from Tristana and directly into Itaconic. Not... you know what? I have questions about that. Hero's entrance does come in, but it's a little bit too late here for Tristana. Devox having to flash out. The taunt lands, but it's not going to be enough. There's 4 members here.
Ooh, Itaconic lives.
Another kill.
That's insane that Itaconic lives there.
Barely.
Oh man, I mean that TP was a very bold choice. Fire Plants does come down, get some assists here. I'm actually shocked that Murato's CS is really bad and is out of mana now.
Yeah. And now that there's a CC immune Olaf here, the wall is going to be enough to stop them for now. Ragnarok, of course, was used to become unstoppable, I think. CC immune. I don't know if it's technically considered unstoppable, but Olaf there in the top lane, not able to get the kill onto a potentially very scary situation there for Murato.
Well, you know, TFF were off to a good start. now on the back foot once more. Kind of unfortunate last 2 minutes. Enchanted Crystal Arrow will miss this time, so Anthony gonna be able to get away from that one. Actually, he might have died should that have connected, so...
Yeah.
Probably thanking their lucky stars on that one. As bot lane, I'd like to see Chief kind of get active more on the Karma, try and roam, let the Ashe Ezreal just kind of farm up. Because...
Oh, Anthony.
Okay, well... Who needs
Ultimate.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow?
Huh. When you have 6...
Just do it yourself.
Yeah. Just sheer, you know... I don't even know what to call that, but lots of damage there from Fluke with their ultimate. Anthony, unfortunately, getting caught out yet again in the mid lane. There's now 5-0 on this Xerath in the mid lane. Looking really good here for it. Akuma. Granted, we are only 11.5 minutes in, but like you said, whew, looking a little scary here for TFF.
Could it be Kraken Slayer here on the Ashe? So, nice little one item power spike might be able to do something as Fireflands is beating Murado in between the towers, and Murado is just gonna go up to the top wave, and Fireflands is just gonna proxy, although you see the mini-map.
Mm-hmm. Tommy Poppy is here, as is Anthony. Fireflands may be caught out again. The Crowstorm does come in. And there's the bombs. Dwami Poppy picking up a kill to the jungler. Fireflands dying in almost exactly the same place they did last time. Once again, a little bit too deep in the enemy jungle. But Anthony just cannot seem to get anywhere here into Fluke. The damage from the Xerath quickly, I think Ozzy is safe to say, spiraling out of control. Ooh, callback.
Callback. Oh, Enchanted Crystal Arrow will hit mid. Oh
yeah,
no.
and unfortunately,
and
the buffer was in the wrong direction. Nice buster shot to get him away, but the exhaust comes in. Nice flash over the wall. Does manage to dodge that damage from Fluke, but has to get away. Devox here, meanwhile, is in trouble. The taunt landed onto Iconic, but Chief is here as well, and they're going to find that Galio, and it is yet another kill here for the Xerath.
Hey, you know what? The leap might have been the wrong way, but Anthony did get out. So
True.
that did happen. Fluke on the Xerath is 6-0.
Yes.
And what I've already talked about the difficulty of getting on top of the Xerath this game. That was, 0-0 kind of Xerath, worry about the Xerath could be problematic this game. I think definitely going to be problematic for sure now. 6 kills to Fluke's name. 1 item so far. Working towards second item now as...
Oh, Chief is going to 1v1 a little bit. Oh, nice root.
Fine. Just some poke. Life has barrier this game, so no teleport available. A little bit of a late first Drake here. Akuma did claim that one, though, a minute and a half ago. And on this top side, you actually see Dwami Poppy.
Well, Crowstorm does come in, but it just barely lands. The silence in the flea is good. And the bomb was landed there onto Fluke, but it's not going to be enough. Able to get in between their towers. Anthony has to be on the run now. We need some fancy feet. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow lands onto Galio. Hit a comet. Coming in with the damage, but all 3 members of TFF are going to get away with it, just barely. Tier 1 in the bot lane, however, does go down. Adu has popped Ghost and does want this kill on the life. The barrier comes down, as does...
I don't... Respect,
I
guess.
Yeah.
Respect, I guess, to that, but that one definitely feeling a little Fireflands, surely we're not about to die the same thing, right?
I mean, the stun does land here from Dwami Poppy is here as well. The flea, there it is. The CC is immune, but there's the wall. Oh, but unfortunately, that does block off the chase. Nice flash over the wall by Fireflands. They did not die in the same place for a 3rd time. We take that as a win.
Do you think if they allowed you to disable, deactivate the Anivia wall, that it would make Anivia too unbalanced?
Ooh.
I had
No,
this
I don't think
conversation.
so.
Personally, I don't think so. I
don't
think it
think
would be
so.
nice little tech, right? But
I agree. I think it would be nice. I don't think it would make her overpowered. Meanwhile, Adu here is caught out. The hero's entrance is it here, but it's too little, too late for Chief. Not going to be able to save their Ashe. Devox not being able to land that taunt. Ediconic is here and has to clone away. Devox is on the hunt, though. They are out for blood. The Cyclone trying to stay alive. Flash forward from life. They want the kill onto the Wukong, but they're not going to find it. Meanwhile, their backline is dying. Rather, their front line is caught in the back line, dying there to Fireflans. Olaf is here and is ready to absolutely battle. A little bit of an extended chase. Unfortunately, Life had the thirst for blood, not able to get a kill there onto the very low jungler.
well, I mean, you try, you don't succeed. Enchanted Crystal Arrow
Enchanted
will
Crystal Arrow
connect.
does land. Yep, the damage here from Fluke, and tier 1 in the mid lane is gone. Right as the Arcane comes out. And Egnivia has been popped. Gami Poppy here with the Crow Storm does manage to get the Flea there, and the Silence onto the Ashe. Has to flash away, though, because Olaf is right there. Anthony, though, jumping in on top of the Olaf, but just gets absolutely obliterated on the backside. Was caught on the other side of the Anivia wall. Adu finally falls there, thanks to the Glacial Storm there by Anivia. Morado picking up that kill. They have to be careful. They're still on vision. And Fluke does so much damage. Oh, that was a little bit close. But we'll be able to get away 2 for 1 in this very chaotic fight in mid lane.
Okay, I'm kind of convinced, by the way, that Akuma are just sacrificing Adu for the finals win. I feel like they've picked someone to sacrifice so they can win this game, and I feel like, or the series, and it feels like Adu so far. Kind of struggling, outside of, you know, decent Enchanted Crystal Arrows, but again, some interesting choices from Adu, and also Anthony makes another choice among choices and ends up perishing in that play. Again, this is the difficulty when you're playing comps like this is...
Gami Poppy may be found out here. It is 3v1 into the jungle. Itaconic is on the hunt. Life here is not able to save them with that True Shot Barrage. Enchanted Crystal Arrow does land once again onto Life. They just haven't missed once. Right, the Arcade comes in, and the damage is just absurd. Fluke picking up another kill, swiftly followed by one for the jungler. They are just absolutely picking apart TFF here. Every member of AKM, the Enchanted Crystal Arrows from Adu, I think, make up for the fact that they have been sacrificed this game.
Well. I mean, TFF are trying, but Akuma are just playing incredibly today, which kind of sucks. If you're TFF, you'd really like them to be having an off day, I guess. But TFF are really struggling. They need to find something they can do, probably off of a Crow Storm kind of angle. Again, vision control really important for something like the Fiddlesticks. If you run into a bad choke, though, Fiddle might be able to gank you with the Crow Storm, fear all 5 of you, and then, you know, maybe there's a turnaround chance here for TFF, more so than last game. But Akuma are playing so well that feels pretty difficult, I guess, to cope about if you are a TFF fan.
It is just a difficult comp, I think, to play into just this powerhouse comp from Akuma. I mean, like I said, every member seems to be on point, and even though a dude doesn't have a lot of kills as an ADC, they're absolutely putting in the work there with these slows. D-Box is in trouble here. They're actually caught out by 4 members. The stun and Chief is not going to be enough to save them. Itaconic picking up a kill, just wrong place, wrong time. Unfortunate for Devox here. Just trying to clear vision. Just trying to clear the vision.
Hey, that's support life sometimes, you know? Top lane as well. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. TFF, the drafting has been interesting. This game, I mean, you have some decent wave clear, so maybe you can hold on, but the way things are looking, I don't know if Soul will even be in the question. Which,
Yeah.
not ideal if you are if you are TFF. Because you want to try and stall out this game for as long as possible. Because you need to try and scale yourself back up. Ezreal doesn't even have the Neuro Mana completed. The transformation, I should say, not the item, does have the Mana Mune picked up. But you're looking at Ashe items, right? Ashe is technically ahead here. And don't look mid lane. just don't look mid lane.
Yeah. Not recommended.
Yeah.
Pretty back. Ooh, I like that. But yeah, looking a little bit scary here for TFF. It seems like anytime they try to make a play, they're just absolutely stumped by the amount of CC and just sheer damage. And Tantral Crystal Arrow, nice ward here, lands immediately on top of Dwami Poppy, and there's absolutely nothing they can do. There's the ultimate from the Xerath, and they're on the hunt. They want more. Life has to Arcane Shift away. Does manage to dodge that last shot of the Xerath ultimate. Fireflans was right there as well. There's few things scarier than watching an Olaf run full tilt at you. I think that's one of those things that makes League of Legends, arguably, in my opinion, a horror game.
Interesting. I would argue that the champion for that is Fiddlesticks. Like, Fiddlesticks is exactly that.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
He is decidedly one of those, but unfortunately for him, standing on a ward means you get Ash Arrow straight to the head. Yeah.
Unfortunately, this game, more like a comedy horror villain than a horror villain. Which,
yeah, it's true.
honestly, probably...
Iconic is here. They don't know. Life runs immediately into them, and Morato not able to get the stun. The fleet does land, and there's the hero's entrance, but is it going to be enough? The channel doesn't even connect onto it. Iconic, D-Box doing their best to get their ADC out. The stun from Morato does that. They have to flash over the wall. Agnivia here, I think, is about to pop. There it is. Think of an egg dish quick, because they are in fact going down. Fireflans picking up the kill onto Devox. Karma picking up the one onto Morato. And there's nothing left. Dwami Poppy here dying on the backside. Anthony doing a swan song, Hail Mary play here into the back end. But once again, Xerath's ultimate, which arguably is up way too often for my liking, picks up another kill onto Anthony. And now it's life versus death, as it were. Fluke here trying to get a kill. Does die under the tower. Really well played there by Life. But unfortunately for them, it's too little too late. Game 2, handily in Akuma's favor. I mean, there's just not a lot to be said.
Yeah, this one, 2 minutes faster, even. Actually, 2.5 minutes faster. Yeah, I don't know. This Akuma team definitely showed up to play today. That is at least the constant here, is Akuma are molly-whopping
That's a
TFF
great
so far in this series. But honestly, I'd like to see TFF in this like break time in between this game and the next game to really just talk about like getting some kind of team comp identity. Again, Anthony on a scaling mage was their way of winning last week. I don't know why they're picking these like really weird things, like going away from that. Dwami Poppy picking like the Fiddlesticks, right? Morato even pulling out the Anivia top lane, which, I mean, it really didn't do a whole lot. Granted, how much of this game was Anivia top's fault? I'd say very little, but even then, right, you're picking Anivia top, meaning you're not providing that much for your team in the way of, you know, frontlining, which you kind of need this game with double AD carry.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. TFF, I think they really need to dial in on better comps and just avoiding, like, bleeding out in the early game. Like, they just make one bad play or something, and Akuma just straight up insta-win off of it. It is testament to Akuma's skill overall as a team, and I won't lie, the blueprint might just be taking the sacrificial lamb of Adu. That might just be what you got to go for. Unlock that blueprint even farther, and just get life ahead here, right? Maybe get Anthony on a roam, try and get Anthony ahead, but what they're doing right now, not working.
Yeah, I would really like to see more of what we saw last week, because we know they can do it, and I'm really hoping that they're going to bring it back. And I do have a note from producer. We are going straight into draft here for game 3. The teams don't want to wait. They're ready. So shortly we should be heading over to, there we are, straight to draft for game 3. And I have got to see Evernight show up. I mean, this is it. This is the last game, right? You either win here and when you take us to game 4 and you have to reverse sweep now, all of the cards are on the table, right? This could be it. Akuma Spikers could 3-0 in finals if Evernight do not find the secret sauce to show up. And it does look like they are same side yet again here on the Rift. But, I mean, where's the Vladimir? We saw that last week, and it was awesome. I was kind of hoping for that.
Yeah, I was also, I'm not gonna lie, I was like kind of hoping that, Evernight would just pull out the scaling again for Anthony, right? Like that, again, was such a big way of them winning last week. That has been just so, like, it's not even been in a question this, like, series, it feels like. And yes, Anthony on the Tristana got a little overhypey, ended up dying quite a few times there, but the Syndra, nice little flexible mid laner that has been getting banned away, was banned like away game 1. So I appreciate them picking it up now, but Akuma, what do you have left? Because the thing is they've been so dominant, the games have been going so fast, they certainly have the momentum, so how do they keep that momentum here to win this finals? Because again, if they win this game, they're grand finalists here, end up winning. So seems like the Victor and the Bard at least is being covered and locked in here. So let's see what we can do with the Bard. Poppy was pretty good. The Karma was pretty good. What you got on the Bard?
I for one love a Bard pick. I think a good Bard is so annoying to play into. And I 100% am a subscriber to the more annoying your comp is, the more likely you are to win. So I am excited to see Chief on this Bard pickup here, assuming that this is a Bard support. We've seen weirder things, but I'm going to assume that's what we're going to see. Lucian here picked up for Evernight in response to said Bard and Nami. Classic here for the Evernight.
All right. Well, got the Lucian Nami pairing here for the bot lane, so maybe Devox plus Life can get active here.
Yeah.
Life on the Ezreal didn't do too bad last game. But I do think a more consistent comp necessary here. Last 2 picks for Evernight really, really, really need to solidify their draft here. J4 will be locked in with that Victor. So some potential Cataclysm angles here to come in on top of a Syndra, which, could be pretty bad, but we'll see.
And if you combine a Cataclysm with an Arcane Storm, do you know what that is?
Tell me, what is it?
It's a microwave.
How is it a microwave? Like, you actually made yourself cough from laughing.
I did.
Like,
It's so bad. In my defense, I didn't come up with it. A friend of mine and I were trying to come up with all the variations of Hot Pot with the Cataclysm. It's just electricity in a.
It's also Arcane Storm. So what does it have to do with microwave?
Don't question it. Just go with it. I think it makes total sense.
The Hot Pot makes sense because there's flames and stuff inside. What does an Arcane Storm have to do with microwaves?
It spins and it's electricity. What more do you want?
I mean, it would make more sense if it was like ASOL-E, because at least, stars produce microwaves. Like,
no, that's something different. Yeah.
Like, come on.
No, you're thinking too hard about it. You gotta lean into it, Ozzy. You gotta lean into it.
No, it has to make sense. Otherwise, what's the point?
It makes perfect sense. Tell me in chat, do you agree with me? Is the Arcane Storm plus Cataclysm a microwave?
Man.
It's 100% a microwave. Kaisa here is hovered, regardless of how right I am. The Kaisa is hovered here in response to this Lucian Nami. I do like the Kaisa Bard. I think that that's a fantastic bot lane combo. And meanwhile, Ornn is hovered here for the top side of Evernight.
I think they listened. Except they didn't take the time. I would have liked to see them take more time. Just to kind of decompress, right?
Yeah.
Maybe take a little walk before this game start, because I do think that's kind of necessary after two really quick and fast games.
Mhm.
But now with the Graves being hovered here, please, like Dwami Poppy, bro, just put like put
Viego.
something, put the Vi in the bag, man. I don't care. Vi Cinder's right there. Put the Vi in the bag.
True. Or the Viego play was really fantastic last week. Obviously, a little
I
bit
mean,
awkward of a combo, but
oh,
Graves it is. That's what we're going with. And Singed. Ooh, is the
that
top
would be pretty
side.
interesting.
That's pretty interesting. I haven't seen a Singed in a hot minute. Oh, it was a lie the whole time. We've been baited, Aussie.
Fireflans, I mean, definitely has
Ugh.
had the upper hand in top lane. This would continue that trend. This
Mhm.
would continue that trend because Camille top did get buffed with the Camille support nerfs, and she's actually risen to a state of win rate where she's actually pretty good to be picked top lane once again. So this is Ornn gonna be able to bully out the Camille early, then Camille gets like one item, and then good luck side laning. In fact, neither Syndra nor the Ornn can side lane into this later. So we'll see how they handle that. I won't lie, we really haven't even had a game where side laning has mattered because it's been
Yeah.
over at 20 minutes. So
True.
we'll see.
Oh,
Look, we'll see. Again, I'm
yeah.
really not that like pressed about TFF Evernights comp. I still don't necessarily like the Graves. I think you could have just picked the Vi here, or even the Viego, I think would have been a better option. But opting for the Graves, so let's see what Dwami Poppy can get done here in this game. TFF Evernight dangling by a thread in this series.
Yeah, this is it. This is do or die here for Evernight. Will this much more standard comp be able to take a win here in game 3? We'll find out soon, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back very soon.
The wolf, she cries at night. A breath had born in the black wind where the shadows lie. Deep inside despair, the sun goes down. TF on the rift, we own the crown. Every dusk we hunt, every dawn we claim. Ember League, final Evernights the name. Akuma spike a strike, but the night is ours. TFF every night, we outlast the hour. Everybody on that. The greatest. Yeah. Happy on that beat. The greatest. The greatest. The greatest. The greatest. Akuma spike a strike. Every spike we land, the deadliest we've seen. Evernight talk shadows. We don't need the dark. Ember League final. We're built to leave our mark. Evernight is patient. We respect the wait. Akuma spikers, so don't believe in fate. Everybody on the greatest. The greatest. Everybody on the greatest. The greatest. Outlast the hours. Every night rises when the sun goes down. TF on the rift, we own the crown. Every dusk we hunt, every dawn we claim. Ember League final, Evernights the name. Akuma spike a strike, but the night is ours. TF every night, we outlast the hours. Everybody on the greatest. Every night rises when the sun goes down. TF on the rift, we own the crown. Every dusk we hunt, every dawn we claim. Ember League final, Evernights the name. Akuma spike a strike, but the night is ours. TFF every night, we outlast the hours. everybody on the
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are here for what could be the final match between TFF Evernight and Akuma Spikers here in the Magma League finals here on Ember Esports. And Aussie, it is down to the absolute wire here for TFF.
And it'll stay that way, even if they were to win this one. I mean, they are backs against the wall for the rest of the series, needing a reverse sweep to win this finals here. We know they're capable of playing well. We've seen them, you know, have really good performances, most notably last week. But Akuma don't seem to be that they're slowing down at all, and also Fluke is playing the Kaisa this game instead of the Victor. So, gonna have some Kaisa mid. It's gonna be exhaust once more here for Fluke.
That's interesting. I honestly kind of preferred the Kaisa Bard matchup into Lucian Nami, but clearly that's not how they felt.
Hey, Fluke.
Oh, I love that Nami skin.
Fluke.
Good choice.
You know, AML 80 carry right there. So
True, like you said, yeah. Did you get to see them play Kaisa recently?
Honestly, I everything that happened to me yesterday, I could not tell you what happened. I could not tell you a single thing. Could not tell you a single thing that happened in that series.
Nice stun here coming in from life. Chief having to leave. Let's be a little bit careful. Granted, Bard does have some lovely Caretaker Shrines. I personally prefer the Cafe Cuties Bard because they're little cups of tea. Little lattes. I love that. I love playing Bard. Not everyone else loves when I play Bard, because the Bard ult giveth and the Bard ult taketh away. So we'll see exactly how Chief will fall on either side of that as we go into game 3 here. Ooh, nice stun. Ooh, life.
Okay. I was like, you know, I was about to pick up there and, you know, start talking, and then life decides to get yoinked by a stun, but still gonna be an early invade here. You can see the Nami plus the Lucian rotating early, but gotta keep in mind that teleport's level 3, they can get there pretty quick as well. Blue buff started up, Anthony rotated over as well. Nice dash away.
They may be a little bit pinched here. Kaisa is here on top. They do know. Yeah, Fluke is here, but I think it'll be alright. It's a bit difficult for them to get back into lane, though, with both Itaconic and Chief there, so. Interesting early invade of sorts.
Well, they get the invade
I thought
through.
T-Fox got that. Scuttlecraft. Oh, this lasted a lot longer than I thought it would. Chief maybe caught out. Itaconic is here as well. The Bard Tunnel will be enough, but Life takes the Bard Tunnel as well. That is a dangerous decision. It doesn't look like anything is going to come of it. Mommy Poppy a little bit on the chase there. Deeper than I expected, but everyone's okay. It's all right. Bard Tunnel's coming in clutch. Magical journey. Straight back to tower.
Hey, also, only dangerous, by the way, if they actually hit you when you come through. So.
True. Yes, that is true. Or there's a trap laying in wait.
Well, that would be hitting them. So, I think what I said still stands.
You just want to be pedantic.
Correct. Because it means I'm correct. That's the whole thing that matters here. Fireflan's getting traded on here pretty heavily, but Barado has already taken a reset here. Fireflan's about to take their own here in a second. Gonna take the reset now. I'll use the teleport and Poppy on a invade once more here against the J4. Oh my god, the TP onto the flag.
That is fun to see. Not needed, but it sends a message, you know. That's an aura kind of move. Not quite Itachi level aura. What kind of aura is that?
It's not really like aura.
I think it's aura. You know, the flag goes down and you're TPing to this very strange, potentially disastrous location. I think that's aura, personally.
I don't know. I think we gotta reevaluate.
Nice aqua
aura.
prison. Maybe. That could very well be the case. But in the meantime, I'm gonna consider myself correct. Because no one can tell me otherwise. I also would say that Akuma have had really great vision control all three games, or both previous games, and so far this game as well. Some really nice warding done. And obviously, Bard has extra ability to do so with said magical journeys. Going off to collect meeps and place down wards, so I expect to see even more of that. J4 getting a nice ward here. Onto the spot side, red. Oh, nice stun here onto Devox. They are going forward. The magical journey does get Chief out in time. Dwami Poppy is a little bit too late, though does try to follow up.
Oh, good stun.
Oh, fantastic stun from Chief. Meanwhile, Anthony is in the mid lane getting ganked by Itaconic and will be able to get away under their own tower.
Honestly, that was incredibly necessary. So I'm not gonna lie. If that stun doesn't come through, that's probably flash out of the Victor. Speaking of, we'll hold that.
Orjad comes in, and so does Hextech Ultimatum. It is now a 1v1 yet again here on the top side. Morato and Fireflans, though, decide we got each other's ultimates. That's fine.
I mean, Fireflan's out of mana, so probably
Morato
ends up losing that.
as well. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Morato had more mana there for a second, but now Fireflans getting some mana back here as well. W comes out. Still not really under any threat. You can see Kai'Sa's actually waiting in the wings here for potential play.
Yeah, Bubble does miss here onto Fluke, they do know, but Flag and Drag, the Cataclysm does manage to land on 3. Fluke immediately onto the backside with that killer instinct. Fireflans picking up a kill at Nami. First blood over to the Camille. Anthony will not be far behind. Now, Dwami Poppy does get a return kill, but Fluke is already starting the, I think, Reign of Terror, it's safe to say, after last game. 1 kill here for the top and 1 for the mid.
Also, I mean, that's a kill on the Kai'Sa. Anthony was able to pick up a kill there, so could have been worse. It's a 1 for 2. But nice look there from Akuma to get some kills. Was worried that maybe was not really the best spot for Fluke to have ulted in, but worked out anyways. The back spot there, not ideal, because it does get cancelled. But overall, solid play here again from Akuma. But again, TFF, they aren't out of it yet. That was definitely not game losing.
Yeah, but Anthony is in trouble. Chief is here. The stun lands onto Itaconic, trying to provide a little bit of space. And does do some nice damage. And it does look like Cinder will be able to get away. The gravity field does manage to connect, but so does the Bubble Life, picking up a kill. Fantastic play by Devox, keeping that Victor exactly where they needed to be.
I mean, could have flashed. That very easily could have just been a flash out from Adu. I don't know why he didn't flash. Maybe thought that he would live the Lucian damage, but very greedy, gets punished for it. And now Life has a kill. So both carries here, I guess, besides the Graves, have a kill now for TFF, evening up the kill score. Goldbeat still minorly ahead here for Akuma, which probably going to translate into this Dragon because of the base timers, but honestly, it hasn't seemed like anyone really cares about the Dragon this game, and actually you see the reset coming through, so Itaconic just won't be Akuma getting the Drake, at least not now. TFF might look on to Fluke here. Does have flash though.
Bard is waiting in the wings. Does seem like they find the enemy support here in the mid lane. But a little bit of nothing here. A very calm, knock on wood, 10 minutes.
I like these games, you know, where it's nice and calm, not super chaotic. This is the League of Legends I'd like to cast, because then I can go on, like, really weird tangents.
Okay.
Obviously, like, you're not on Twitter almost ever.
No.
So I doubt you would know about this, but Ox and Atlas were talking about tiramisu during one of their games. It was KRX versus Bro, and nothing was going on in the game, much similar to what's going on now. So, you know, Atlas was like, yeah, I had a tiramisu that was as big as a birthday cake, and, like, that lasted forever. You know, like, it lasted forever. I couldn't eat it, you know, so...
Huge. I didn't know they came in that size.
So, you know, there was a tiramisu conversation that happened for a while.
X-Tech Ultimatum comes in, and Murado does use Call of the Porch Rod and does flash out, but Fireflans flashes to get the kill. Ugh. About the tiramisu, that sounds pretty good. Anthony does get exhausted here in the mid lane. Does not die, though.
Yeah, I haven't had tiramisu, so I can't say that I don't like it, but
really?
My initial vibe is that I probably wouldn't like it.
It's moist cake. Like, there's coffee in it. So, if you don't like coffee, or like, oh, nice bubble here. Bard did not know it was there. The tidal wave comes out to provide some space, and even a magical journey is not going to be enough to save the Bard here. Another kill towards life. Looking much better here in game 3. Now, Adu needs to be careful. Both members of the bot lane of TFF are here. The calling comes out, but it's not going to be enough to connect. Only about half of it, I think, hit Adu there. Dwami Poppy is in really deep, maybe a little bit too far. Fluke does see them, and the Cataclysm comes out, has to flash away, but they're on the chase. Will be able to get out to safety. I honestly thought, I guess if it was up, Fluke would have been on top of Dwami Poppy there with that killer instinct, but is safe. Nice on there by Anthony, but there's several members here. The flag and drag comes in. Anthony has to flee. I don't know if they knew that much damage was there. The Ignite is there, and Chief just picks up the kill with said Ignite. Onto that Syndra. A little bit unfortunate timing for Anthony.
Oh, utilizing the hook shot off of the Q from Orin. Pretty rough. Don't hate the look from Akuma there to try and kill Dwami Poppy, but Adu honestly has kind of struggled this series, I'm not gonna lie. Has been kind of the target for TFF, and they've been abusing that kind of throughout the games to get themselves some kills, although Fireflands takes a couple tower shots, goes down to about half HP. Murado. Oh, goodness.
Oh, nice stun there by Anthony, and the Unleashed power was just barely not enough. Fluke getting away almost with murder. Fireflands, a fantastic dive under tower, picking up a kill onto the Ornn, but I do want to say, Chief, fantastic job with that Q. Stunning both Anthony and Devox, saving Fluke's life, so props to the Bard.
I mean, lived at 1 HP, that is really sick.
Yeah.
This is a Kaisa with no Merc Treads into a Syndra. That is absurd. Adu is probably dead.
Yeah, Culling comes in, and many more here hit, but nice flash from Adu into that mid bush. But the flash forward from life is going to be enough, picking up a kill onto that Victor. But Fireflames is here, and so is Chief, and I don't think they're going to have fancy enough feet to deal with the Camille. And indeed, Fireflames, it's the Lucian.
1 for 1. No summoners now on the Lucian. But Adu did teleport bot lane, I believe. So does not have that available. That's the thing when you're playing a mage, is you will get run down by like that, like against something like a Lucian, if you misuse your CC ability, and that's exactly what happened. Fluke able to dodge out from that gank. Anthony, though.
Flying and drag. Cataclysm does land onto Anthony. They're not able to get out. Dwami Poppy here trying to help. Does manage to live the initial engage, but the flash forward from the Kaisa. Dwami Poppy barely surviving. Meanwhile, Fluke picking up another kill onto Anthony, who's just having such a difficult time in this entire series.
Yeah. Definitely a far cry from what we saw last week, unfortunately, here for TFF. They really probably would have liked to have Anthony performing well this week. But Life is in a good position. That is something here for the side of TFF. They do have this Lucian who can do a lot of damage onto their backline. Fluke is going to be diving in, right? So that kind of mitigates that problem of needing to get up to, like, get to the Kaisa. And then, of course, Victor. Well,
oh, Chief here. Magical Journey right to back line. Tidal Wave comes out and does catch the Bard, but the Arcane Storm will be enough to keep them safe for now. Both junglers are here in the bot side. It looks like we're going to instead go for this dragon, perhaps. Jarvan is taking a look, trying to clear some vision. Nice stun here onto Fluke, but Fireflans is here, and Fireflans is huge. Fluke, once again, picking up the kill onto Anthony. Fireflans, I might point out, is 2 levels ahead. Morado here, 16 minutes into this game. Life here, trying to dash forward. The gravity field does come in, will provide that needed space, but the nearsightedness from Chief, but is it going to be enough? I don't know. Chief picks up a kill onto the Lucian, and Devox now is in trouble. Found by Jarvan, Cataclysm directly onto the enemy jungler. Dwami Poppy having to flash out. Ember Fate barely missing, but the flag and drag will not. And there it is, Idiconic picking up yet another kill. It is swiftly looking so scary for TFF. Morado can't even look at the Camille. TP from Anthony, they want more. Does pick up a, oh, nice, it's just a nice knife there, onto a do. Oh, Fireflans! Killing Morado in between the tier 2 and tier 3 towers. This Camille is absolutely showing up here in game 3. I just, ugh.
well,
Good Lord.
they got the second Drake.
True.
And then Fireflans is 6-0. He's diving Ornn at their tier 3 with their tier 2 still standing in mid. This one is shaping up to be another dominant Akuma victory. Stats don't lie, and the history doesn't lie today. But it's time for TFF to prove that wrong. They desperately need to get things going here. Life no longer really that big of a threat after that last death. The Victor is scaling up now. I mean, has 2 items comparatively. Lucian doesn't even have the Navori finished here. And Fluke on the Kaisa. I mean, he's about to finish the Guinsoo's, right? Like that. That's a huge power spike here for Kaisa in these fights as Chief is...
He does not care. Does not care. Nearly took half of Devox's health.
They just
with
walking
one
back
Q.
in. Like, look at that.
Yep.
No vision, by the way. Just like, oh, they're not going to play this.
I mean, they're right.
The correct,
Lord.
but that's insane. Just insane confidence to walk in like that.
Oh, Dwami Poppy here. Fireflans is absolutely a raid boss at this point. Devox here missing the bubble. Does get stunned here by Chief. I think Chief is just doing it for the love of the game. It's not like they're really aiming to kill, but the Tempered Fate lands onto Lucian. This may be disastrous here for Life. It is, and it's absolutely melted by Victor. Absolutely melted. The Arcane Storm comes out, and Dwami Poppy will not be far behind. Adu picking up his second kill here. Coming online in game 3. Looking alive here. I mean, Akuma just feel like they cannot be stopped.
Akuma, I mean...
Nice stun. Chief may be in trouble, but never mind. Magical
Okay.
Journey. Bard can do whatever they want.
Okay, Chief is fine. Continues to be a
Do
thorn in the
whatever
side
they
of TFF. Oh man, what is happening here? Akuma
Oh,
just
Lord.
continue their reign of terror on the series. I mean, it's an 8K gold lead. Like, that's disgusting. We're not even 20 minutes in, it's an 8K gold lead. Like, TFF, like, I don't want to say this ever about teams because it's really hard to tell, but it really just feels like they don't have any life at all in this series, and I don't know when that started, but it's for sure evident now because they are they're not even trying to make plays anymore, right? They're not trying to be proactive. They're just trying to respond, and every response is just not benefiting them at all. Akuma now in a solid position to close out this best of 5 and grand finals. We'll see if we'll see if they can get this win. I mean, they have a lot of gold, but one thing about having these gold leads is needing to be vigilant this season with them because of the amount of shutdown gold you can give over and kind of like comeback mechanics in League of Legends, right? You make a couple bad plays and it completely mitigates all of your gold lead.
Yep,
of.
Chief. Yep,
Oh.
but it is a magical journey. Geraldo does follow, but does Q stunned by
annoying.
Chief.
You know,
And just,
it is annoying.
Chief is just doing whatever they want.
Look, they tried to do something at least, but yeah, again, I don't know why they didn't send harder. Like, you are losing this game. Maybe they don't think they're that far behind, but
It's also hard when you get to this point of, like, once you hit reactive play, it's so hard to get out of that mindset and be willing and able to be proactive. Iconic is here. Will they find them? Nice bubble. It's going to be enough to stun. The Cataclysm lands, and they're going to flash into the Dragon Pit. They're going to get away with it. The culling, not enough to get a kill. Chief hitting a stun on the backside, just it feels like adding lemon juice to a wound. This Bard is just annoying, and I love that. That is the best way to play League of Legends, is to be annoying to the enemy team.
guess what? They're probably going to give up this dragon. In fact, they're just going to send a 3v4. 3v5, even.
Do is here, and so is Chief. I think they're really just going to be annoying. Call Before Shot does come out, but the silence lands, and the Arcane Storm is going to absolutely melt the ore. The Tidal Wave is not going to be able to keep them off of it. Iconic is in the pit. They do lose the dragon. Blue team does pick that up, but Fluke is already here on the backside, absolutely demolishing Devox. And there's the Hextech ultimatum, and life falls not far behind. Adu picking up another kill, finally being able to show some life here in game 3. Maybe not fully sacrificed this game. As you said earlier, Dwami Poppy being chased by a Bard, which feels more menacing than it should be. Fluke is also here as well. Nice stun here from the Chief. Oh, and the flash is not going to matter because Fluke is already behind you. Yet another kill for the mid laner of Akuma. And that's going to be Baron. I'm not even sure what more is to be said.
Sometimes you don't really need to say anything. Sometimes you can just let the action speak for itself. And unfortunately, here for the TFF fans, the biggest and loudest actions in this series has been every Akuma play. And that continues as they pick up the Baron here. 10,500 gold lead. They still have this top lane tier 2 they could take down. They have the bot lane tier 2 they can take down. Fireflans is unleashed wherever he wants to go. Has 3 items now on the Camille. And, well, they need to find something soon, or their hopes and look at that damage.
The Camille is just absurd. Hextech Ultimatum comes out, does manage to find Dwami Poppy. The stun does land onto Fireflans, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Devox, meanwhile, is found on the backside by Chief. Yet again, the Bard is everywhere, and the stun lands. And so does the Flag and Drag. They are now inside the blue base. That Camille is just huge. You can't even, the Camille cannot be on the same screen as any player here on TFF.
No, and Adu hasn't even joined in yet.
That's true.
We're gonna go bot now to pick up this tower and inhib, and this might be the last moments for TFF to try and pull this back.
Both inhibitor in mid and bot lane is gone. The Baron minions are still here, and it does look like they want to push for a win. Iconic is at half health, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Call of the Forge God comes out. Chief is literally just standing there, not even really menacingly, but the Aqua Prison does land. Fluke just puts out so much damage, though. The stun is good, though. They are about 10 HP. The Bard does fall to life. A little bit of a confusing play there. Not exactly sure what happened. I'm going to assume they were typing, because that's my narrative, and I think it's funny. But Fluke is on the run. Duami Poppy wants a kill onto this Kaisa, but I don't know if they're going to chase quite that far. So the end has not yet happened. They were able to keep them from killing the Nexus, but not by much.
And unfortunately, it was not any shutdown. So they really need something here, but they hold on. That's pretty good, right? We're getting to a territory that has yet to be visited in this series in terms of game time.
True.
Which is so weird to say at 25 minutes, but here we are.
Duami Poppy.
Duami Poppy utilizing the empowered blast cones. If you're a Valdez enjoyer from the LCK, he would definitely have something to say about that one. does not like the blast cones at all. Think they're a gimmick mechanic in League. But it's neither here nor there. TFF probably need a few gimmicks from AKM. Maybe some more Chief Aura Farm moments in the base.
Ooh, I do love some good Aura Farm. Meanwhile, tier 3 in the top lane is going down as well. Aussie, this might be it.
They might just do it. We'll see. They're gonna get this top lane inhib and... Uh-oh.
Oh, the Forge God does land, but it is the second is missed because Tempered Fate has landed. Cataclysm lands onto 2, and Adu absolutely melting, but Camille is just unstoppable, and there is nothing TFF can do. Adu finally has fallen. Anthony picking up a kill there, thanks to the help of the towers. But I don't think even with the Victor gone, it's going to be enough. One Nexus tower is gone, but they picked up a kill there. Camille has fallen. Life picking up a kill. There goes Chief. Flash force from Duami Poppy securing the kill on the Bard. They have a Nexus tower, and they have some shutdowns now. Will it be enough? Is Akuma playing a little too loose with it?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. They did a pretty decent job there of holding the base. Gold lead is still pretty bad, but some shutdowns. Anthony getting some kills on the Syndra. Has the death cap now, working towards the Zhonya's, has the Seeker's arm guard, as you can see there. So there is life, and where there is delusion, there is hope. So if you are a TFF fan, continue being delusional. They need all the hope and help they can get in this series.
The graph.
Yeah, the graph barely moved. Like, that's the sad part, is they've gotten so far behind that even with the Season 16 comeback mechanics, they can't even... They made a small dent.
Oh.
Small dent.
That felt a little rude to show the gold graph.
Here we go again.
Oh, yeah, they've got a quarter of a turret left, and they save it. The Tempered Fate does not land, so the Call of the Forge God is able to be, but it does miss on the second recast there. Tidal Wave just barely hits the Camille on the back end, but there's the Cataclysm, managed to find Anthony. The Seeker's Arm Guard is popped, but the Resurrection is also coming as well. Idiotic does not fall quite yet, and there's the Arcane Storm. Fluke does kill the turret. I don't think it's going to be enough. The Nexus is slowly being demolished. Double kill for Adu, finally coming to life here in Game 3. And Akuma, they want all of the kills, and they want the Nexus, and they're going to get it. The finals winners for Magma League are going to be the Akuma Spikers.
Congratulations to Akuma! I mean, very dominant gameplay, although a little dicey there in the base once more. They get it done. First two games have been quite phenomenal. Now, I'm not gonna lie, TFF, I mean, they just... the first two games drafts, I think, really set them behind in general. And then here, I wasn't really a fan of the Graves. I mean, the Graves did barely more damage than Orin, who got put into a counter matchup, so... just not happy with it overall, but Akuma, want to give props again. Very clean series here. Again, dicey in the base, but that was it. That's literally their biggest mistake happened in game 3, and they won anyway. So, um, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think Akuma, well-deserved victory today. Definitely came out to play, and unfortunately for TFF, they go in like a whisper in the wind, unfortunately, which is sometimes the hardest way to end your split. You work so hard for so long, and then, you might have not been all firing at the same time today, and you end up losing in a 3-0 fashion. But Akuma, again, congratulations.
Yeah, huge GGs to TFF Evernights, and congrats.
Head down the highway side, cold wind, but it feels right. With you, I'm heavy breathing. Feels like I'm lucid dreaming. I'm not usually the type to rush into the night. This time I can't be speeding. I'm taking it slow, but I just want more. I'm taking it slow, just go with the flow. I'm taking it slow, but I just want more. I'm taking it slow, just go with the flow. I'm taking it slow. My knees on the floor. I'm begging for more. It's you I adore. You took me to see Versailles in the middle of July.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're here with our MVP for the finals of Magma League, Chief, the support for the Akuma Spikers. First of all, round of applause. Yay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. And I think we have to start with, I mean, for me, it was an obvious pick because the aura coming from the bot lane from your support role was absolutely off of the charts. So I have to ask, how do you feel with this win?
I mean, I feel great. Like this is definitely one of the most fun splits I've ever had in comp League of Legends. So I really enjoyed the win.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the first thing I have to talk about is this Poppy. How do you walk literally anywhere with no fear? What is going through your mind when you're just truly going wherever you please?
I mean, yeah, that game specifically, I got a really good matchup in the support role against Rel, and I'm a Rel player myself, so I know
Oh.
exactly how to play against it and easily counter it. And yeah, I mean, near the end of the game there, we're so far ahead. I got kind of cocky. It is what it is.
Well earned. I think well earned. Ozzy, what do you have any questions for our MVP here?
Yeah, I got a nice 2 for you. I'll ask the harder one first, and then I'll
Sure.
give you an easier one after. So, the hard question is, during this split, was there anything that you were working on or anything that you've been proud of that you have improved upon this split that you were maybe really trying to like get down, whether it be like a mental thing or a gameplay thing or a comms thing, whatever it is? Basically, I'm asking you to just glaze yourself and, appreciate your progression throughout the split.
I mean, I would just say one thing specifically was like my AD carry likes to play like enchanters and mages and a lot of different stuff. And most ADCs I play with like won't even touch mages even when they're meta. So I had to spend a lot of time getting used to playing with enchanter APCs or mages, and I think playing with Coffee has really helped me improve as somebody who can play with mages and enchanters in the AD carry role.
Well, fair enough. I mean, certainly seemed like you could kind of play whatever you wanted. I mean, the Poppy came out, you played well on it. The Bard came out, which really hard support,
Yeah.
because very unique play style. And then you also played the Karma, so you kind of got a taste of just about everything in the support role throughout this series. So you did a good job, I would say, and I think I agree with you. I think you definitely hit that mark, if nothing else, this split. And then my last question for you is, do you have anything you'd like to say? Shout out, call out, whatever you want to bring up. This is the easy one. Whatever you want to bring up, now's the time.
So sure. First, like shout out to my teammates, right? Franco, Idaconic, Miko, Coffee. Super fun split. Shout out to our supporters, Jolts, Turnip Tom, Bob Robertson. Shout out to them. Shout out to our opponents. Honestly, shout out to Queenie's Secret, like low-key semis was finals, but but also shout out to our opponents like Dwam, Anthony, Morado, their bot lane. Like shout out to them. Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
And I will wrap
thank
us
you.
up with one last one. Sorry to cut you off, Ozzy. I just keep doing it, play by play. I just can't help myself.
It's all right. You want to talk more?
That's
I got it.
But as we wrap up this season here on this high for you, is there any like top moment that you're going to take away into maybe a next split or next season as a high for you and your team?
Um, yeah, I think my top moment's gotta be either 20 deaths on Tommy Salami or like 20 deaths on, I think there was another top laner